Good morning. Here is the news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State government presents checks to 250 indigent residents under Sanwo-Olu Cares initiative. Federal government estimates 880 billion naira for road maintenance nationwide. On the foreign scene, South Korea votes for new president after failed martial law bid. And in sport, Liverpool to initiate negotiations for signing of Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State government has presented checks to 250 indigent residents to reduce their burden and bring circle to their households. Speaking at the event in Alausa, Special Advisor to the Governor on Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, Tajuddin Afolabi, noted that the initiative under Sanwo-Olu Cares and Sanwo-Olu Lessons would help the vulnerable residents in different categories to upscale their small businesses, pay their expired house rent, medical bills and children's school fees, among others. While noting that the Salah festivity is around the corner, the special advisor appealed to beneficiaries not to expend the money on rams, but do small business to make profit. Afolabi also urged them to register for the Ilera Eco health insurance scheme and take advantage of it for their overall well-being.
Don't go and use this money to buy Ilera Ram. It's not meant for Ilera Ram. It is meant to empower you. It is meant for your business. It is meant to elevate your sovereign. Little things that you felt that you need to do. That is what the money is meant for. But the purpose is just that. We want you all to smile during this Ilea festival.
Checks ranging from 300,000 naira and 1.5 million naira maximum were given to the beneficiaries, who commended Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration for the kind gesture.
May God bless Lagos State government, more blessing. May God reward them everything they want.
I'm very grateful. This is a very great opportunity.
I thank them for what they've done for us. Really appreciate them.
I'm very happy. God bless. I'm very happy for the Lagos State. God bless them to long life and to prosperity.
The presentation, which is the first phase for 2025, cuts across different ethnic groups and others, while the prerequisites for application include the Lagos State Residence Registration Card, National Identity Card, a valid address and phone number. Lagos State government is set to distribute 8 million clean cook stoves initiative to improve the lives of millions of residents, especially women and children, by promoting clean energy access, reducing harmful air pollution, and curbing deforestation across vulnerable communities. This initiative, which will see the 80 million cook stoves distributed to households across the country, with Lagos State as a pilot state, is the largest single project in the world after California, United States. Speaking at a press conference ahead of the distribution this month, Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Otwe George, said the development is a strategic leap for the state government to build a greener, healthier, and more inclusive Lagos.
The 80 million clean cook stove initiative represents a transformational opportunity to improve the lives of millions, especially women and children. By promoting clean energy access, reducing harmful air pollution, and curbing deforestation across vulnerable communities. Together, we're not just implementing a project, we're shaping the future of Nigeria's climate and economic resilience.
Earlier, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Climate Change and Circular Economy, Titi Oshodi, at the inauguration of State Working Group with the theme Clean Cooking Access for Africa, Leaving No One Behind, will generate 1.2 billion tons of compliance carbon offsets, create over 35 million green jobs, and establish a forex-denominated sovereign green endowment fund for sustainable development.
We stand at the dawn of a new green economic revolution for Nigeria. I call upon governments, investors, private sector leaders, development institutions, and civil society to seize this unprecedented opportunity. The world is watching, and we must ensure that Nigeria leads the charge into a climate resilient, prosperous future. As we march towards COP30, let us showcase Nigeria's bold, transformative climate leadership to the world.
Representative of the technical partner, Adebola Odunsi, said the climate-friendly initiative also includes the planting of 4 billion trees to mitigate the impact of climate change. In a major push to elevate road safety standards and professionalize the driving workforce, the Lagos State Drivers Institute, LASDRI, has commenced a new phase of retraining for drivers with strong backing from stakeholders in the maritime and logistics sector. At the training session, LASDRI General Manager Afusat Tiamiu underscored the importance of professionalism and described driving as a noble profession that demands character, honesty, and the right attitude. Tiamiyu highlighted that many drivers drive without formal training, which makes LASDRI's work critical in reshaping the sector, promoting the 3 C's: caution, concentration, and consideration as the foundation of responsible driving.
Driving is not a profession of commoner. It's a noble profession that somebody can do and leave for children to take over from where he or she stopped. And we believe a continuous orientation, training and retraining will be able to get the best out of them.
Chairman of the Association of Maritime Reefer Truck Owners, Badeyon Babalala, affirmed the group's commitment to the initiative, noting that the retraining of their drivers would not only reduce accidents but make them become ambassadors of safety. Babalola said the program also empowers them with specialized knowledge and restores pride in their work, emphasizing that many truck drivers have learned through experience rather than structured education.
We need a safer Lagos. And then without training our drivers, we can't have a safer Lagos. And this is the only institute that can give us that and sustaining it.
Our reporter Toy Badmos quotes some of the partners as saying that with partnerships growing between LASDRI and major logistics operators, the initiative is spreading. Some graduates of the program. The initiative is spreading, and some graduates of the program are now stepping up as advocates, helping to train others and extend the impact. Lagos State is set to join the rest of the world on Sunday, 8th June, to celebrate the World Oceans Day, a day set aside to raise awareness about the urgent need to protect and preserve oceans, lagoons, and waterways. This year's theme, Wonder, Sustaining What Sustains Us, will serve as a powerful reminder to all well-meaning Lagosians on the vital role aquatic ecosystems play in everyday life. Commissioner, Ministry of Waterfront Infrastructure Development, Ekundayo Alebioshu, emphasized the importance of appreciating and safeguarding these natural resources, stating that these vibrant bodies of water are more than just scenic landscapes, but regulate the climate, support marine biodiversity, and sustain the livelihoods of millions across Lagos and Nigeria. He decried the growing negligence towards waterways and highlighted the detrimental impact of human activities such as pollution, overfishing, and illegal dredging. According to Alebioshu, World Oceans Day is more than a celebration, but it's a call to action for men in authority, businesses, civil society, and individuals to unite in protecting oceans and coastal environments. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government will spend about 880 billion naira annually for the maintenance of the federal road network nationwide. Speaking at the investigative hearing of the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee, Minister of State for Works, Mohammed Guriyo, said the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FERMA, requires the amount for optional road conditions, saying that budgetary allocations have consistently fallen short in 2024 as over 168 billion naira was budgeted for 2025. The committee is investigating the implementation and remittances of the 5% user charge for road maintenance under FIRMA. Also speaking, Managing Director of FIRMA, Chukwemeka Abasi, said the template for deducting the road user charge from the prices of petrol and diesel was never implemented by the defunct Petroleum Product Pricing Regulatory Authority, now the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Abasi said these figures show gradual increases and remain far below the necessary threshold for sustainable road maintenance, stressing that this persistent funding gap has forced FIRMA into a reactive mode of maintenance rather than a preventive approach. He pointed out that the consequences are deteriorating road conditions, increased repair costs, and prolonged disruption for commuters and businesses alike. The presidency has commenced internal approval processes to resolve the 2 trillion naira legacy debt owed to electricity generation companies before the end of the coming quarter as part of efforts to stabilize Nigeria's power sector. Representative of the Special Advisor to the President on Energy, Erie Onogorowa, said this at the second Nigerian Electricity Supply Industry Stakeholders Meeting of 2025, hosted by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Onogorowa said the presidency recognizes the urgency of addressing the debt overhang, which has strained GENCOs and impeded electricity supply nationwide. She said that alternative debt instruments are being explored due to the federal government's current fiscal constraints. The meeting brought together regulators, operators, and other key actors in the electricity value chain to address persistent bottlenecks and chart a course for ongoing sector reforms. And the federal government has declared Friday, June 6 and Monday, June 9 as public holidays to mark this year's Eid al-Adha celebration. This was announced by the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, in a statement issued on behalf of the federal government. The minister congratulated all Muslims in Nigeria and the diaspora on the occasion, urging the Ummah to continue to embody the spirit of sacrifice, obedience, and faith as demonstrated by Prophet Ibrahim. Tunji-Ojo also called on Nigerians to use the Eid period to pray for the peace, unity, and prosperity of the country. The minister assured Nigerians that the people-oriented reforms and initiatives carried out in furtherance of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu's administration is to restore Nigeria on the path of progress. Now to foreign news. Millions of South Koreans are voting in a snap election triggered by former President Yoon Suk-yeol's impeachment over his failed martial law bid. The opposition's Lee Jak-myung is the front-runner, and the ruling party's Kim Moon-soo, a former member of Yoon's cabinet, is trailing him. The election has been shaped by the fallout from Yoon's brave but disastrous move in December, which triggered divisive protests and months of political chaos. The new president faces a polarized country, businesses anxious over U.S. tariffs, and an unpredictable ally in Donald Trump. In our sport, Liverpool is preparing to initiate negotiations for the signing of Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen from Napoli during the upcoming summer transfer window. The 26-year-old forward, who spent last season on loan at Galatasaray, delivered an impressive performance, netting 37 goals and providing 8 assists in 41 appearances. Liverpool's interest in Osimhen aligns with their plans to potentially replace Darwin Núñez, who has attracted attention from clubs in Saudi Arabia and Europe. Osimhen's contract with Napoli includes a release clause of approximately £63 million, making him a financially viable option compared to other high-profile strikers. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us on like all of our social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration initiated the Lagos State Employability Support Project to address the labor skill gap and unemployment problems? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has presented checks to 250 indigent residents to reduce their burden and bring circuit to their households through the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement. Minister of State for Works, Mohammed Goroyo, has hinted at the federal government's plan to spend about 888 billion naira annually for the maintenance of the federal road network nationwide. Also told you that millions of South Koreans are voting in a snap election triggered by former President Yoon Suk-yeol's impeachment over his failed martial law bid. And in sport, Liverpool is preparing to initiate negotiations for the signing of Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen from Napoli during the upcoming summer transfer window. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adesua Ejoyoka. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning.